There's a fucking. Why is it shorter now?
Sweet.
What? Oh, because there's probably no foam under it.
Ah.
You want the foam?
Give me the foam.
Get the foam.
Fuck foam.
Fuck.
Cracking open the beer.
There we go. That helps.
There's the foam.
That helps a little bit. Well, anyway.
You had it pulled out before, but it's good. They don't need to see me. I'll hide over
Well, they don't want to look at me the whole time. It's always
thank
on
you,
me,
Jessica.
man.
I
Anyway, we
love
got
dead body, man. Nasally Ned.
we got somebody on hold right now. We got the.
I love your voice, Nasally Ned.
Oh boy.
Oh yeah.
Let's go. What's going on over here?
Are they arguing?
Good. No, I think that's our feedback. We get feedback? We turn that down?
You got the phone plugged in.
We are. It's him.
That's who, Skippy?
Oh, Skippy, we need you to turn your shit down.
Oh shit.
Where's your live feed at, bro?
It's on YouTube.
I am on YouTube.
It's on the Replicon
Can you
page.
turn your thing down?
But yeah, we got a special guest on the motherfucking line right now. Skippy Ickum.
Yeah.
What's up, brother? You there? Can you hear me?
Yeah, man. Keep cutting in and out, but I think I got you there. What's going on?
All right. Well, yeah, we heard ourselves through the phone a second ago. It was freaking us out.
Yeah, it was echoing on my end, too, so I heard it like 4 times. I couldn't tell where it was coming from.
It was an endless
We don't know what's
vortex
going
of-
on, man. Oh my God, we don't know what's going on.
It gets crazy from the get.
There we go.
Hell yeah, man. Well, what's up, brother? We welcome to Replicon Radio, man.
Welcome.
Well, thank you so much, man. I listened to the show several times before, so it was kind of, when my new album came out, I wanted to reach out and see if it's something you guys would be interested in.
Absolutely.
checking out
Always.
and,
Absolutely.
maybe getting on the show, and it's been nothing but love.
So you were a
Appreciate it.
fan ahead of being on. That's the shit.
What was that?
He said you were a fan before being on. That's the shit.
Well, that's what's up. I mean, I try to support any type of good underground stations playing good music. So, dirty, dark,
Dirty.
hard pounding music.
We try.
Replicon Radio is dirty?
We're dirty.
Question mark?
You guys are filthy.
We're
Filthy.
Get a
We
bath.
got
All them
that good.
fucks.
We got that good dick.
Yeah, we are sticky. No, wait, that's
Yeah, that's
your
how it's
name.
gonna be sometimes.
No, that's what I thought your name was. I kept being like, we got
You know
sticky
what, man?
on
I
the show.
get that a lot, dude. After I play the show all the time, and people come up and they're like, "Hey, man, you're that Sticky Ickum guy, or you're that Sticky Icky guy," and I'm like, but all right.
It's
if
kind
that
of
at
a
least makes
tongue
you
twister.
recognize it somehow, then okay. But no, it's not sticky. I get that a lot, though.
It's kind of a tongue twister.
Sticky icky.
Skippy
Skippy
away.
It always every time I said it, I keep
Exactly.
thinking of Muck Sticky.
We should
You know
get him
what?
on the
That's funny.
show.
Before
That's
people
right,
said
that'd
that
be a
before
good
too.
Hell yeah.
He'd be in pajamas, guaranteed.
He's the only ever in those. Correct.
Pajamas?
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with that. I wish I could only.
He's
ever be in
100%
pajamas.
of the time in pajamas. Anyway,
I don't even own pajamas.
I do.
But,
I'm wearing them right now under my clothes.
I own a pair or two.
I was gonna buy one eye set.
Sometimes you just need to have a good pajama set on. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
fucking
I
middle of
have
winter, you
one of
throw
those
that
all
on.
red, full
drift
body,
away.
like old prospector suits with the butt flap.
Like
He-
a Christmas
Okay.
story. That's what's up.
Yeah,
He wears
like
that
a
when he
Christmas
puts
story.
up.
Yes, I own a pair of prospector fucking.
He wears that while he's traveling to train yards trying to find places to sleep.
He does.
Fucking.
But anyway,
That's
we
the
always
thing, man, the
end
one
up
piece.
interviewing fucking One Eye.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Because the show's about him.
It is. This is One Eye. This is One Eye Radio.
This is One Eye Radio. Skippy, can you interview our
So
friend?
anyway,
One Eye?
we got Skippy Ickum on the motherfucking line. He said he listened to the show before, so you know what we like to do. We like to go way back on the way back Replicon time machine or whatever you want to fucking call it. We haven't figured it out yet.
Time machine.
And we want to figure out where it all started
You
for
wait
you,
till it
man.
falls right.
The Replicon
Absolutely.
machine.
For me, I've been around for a minute. Started out playing metal actually, so my career in music's kind of different than most in the hip hop scene, but not necessarily. I started playing guitar at an early age and got into music heavily. I mean, I started playing guitar roughly 12, and that's all I did. I mean, every waking moment that I wasn't at school or out with a friend's party, and I was, playing and jam and learning my own music, starting, little bands at the time, and ended up getting into a pretty good heavy metal band called Souls of Aries that was around for about 7-8 years, and did a little bit of touring, did some good things. Our singer now got picked up and signed by Rings of Saturn, which is a professional touring band. I mean, they travel the world, are huge in the metal scene. And, you know, that kind of pushed me back in 2011, the beginning of the year. I always did hip hop on the side, just for myself and for something I like to do. And my wife, you know, told me, why don't you go on and start doing your hip hop music? And I was like, I don't know. I said, I always did metal, and, you know, I love doing my hip hop shit. I'm like, I don't know if anybody will take it serious. I don't know if that'd be something I want to pursue. Well, I started doing it, and, you know, quickly learned, and I'm like, okay, aside from doing it for fun, you know, when I really started putting, you know, ink to pen and pen to paper, it just came out of nowhere. And it kind of grew and grew and grew. And the last several years have been pretty damn good, man. Definitely the greatest thing I did musically. I always thought I was a guitarist, but then ended up discovering that, you know, I'm an MC, I'm a rapper. I've been, you know, doing it for quite a long time. And on this caliber, you know, I've put out now 5 albums, which my last one just dropped. And, been good, man. A lot of fun shows, a lot of opportunities in networking.
Oh yeah, that's what's up. So you said, and you started doing, I guess, the hip hop thing. Was the hip hop you started doing in 2001, or is it just everything in general? Like,
yeah, 2001, I actually started playing guitar, and I did hip hop on the side. I mean, I was, you know, always something. I always wrote lyrics and kind of, I guess you know, poetry, and I guess you could say some raps, even though it was before I started officially rapping. And then in 2001, I started kind of fucking with that on the side. And, you know, I definitely loved it, but it's not something I thought would ever be my main gig. And then finally, after years and years and years of pushing the band, I was like, you know what, fuck this, 10 years into it. I was like, I'm switching it up. Tried that out, and it fell into my lap and said, you know, why wasn't I doing this all along? And it's just grown rapidly, and I take pride in it. I mean, I love this way more than I ever loved guitar, and it was, at the time, the only thing I ever cared about.
This was and I know you. I saw that you kind of mentioned. I don't know where does the name? Like, when did you come up with the name Skippy Ickum? Like, what is it?
He must like peanut butter.
So,
Skippy
no,
peanut
it's
butter.
an interesting story, man. I mean, it's kind of an odd story, just random. But I was dating a girl at the time, a long time ago, and I was always just kind of a weird, fucking odd unit, and talk some crazy shit sometimes. And I was fucking with her on the phone, and I'm talking about this evil space cricket that lived in my head and was telling me to do evil things and bad things, and we're laughing and just saying crazy shit to one another. We're talking like mid-high school, like 16, and I was at my dad's house, and we're sitting there laughing back and forth, telling crazy shit. She's like, "Oh yeah, what's his name then if it's in there?" And without even thinking, I answered. I was like, "Oh, that's Skippy Ickum." She started laughing. She's like, "What the hell? Do you Skippy Ickum?" I'm like, "Yeah, Skippy Ickum." I was like, "He's the voices inside my head." He said, "He's the evil in all the world." I said, "Coming out through me, being put in lyrical form." It was fucking with her, and we got off the phone, and my stepbrother's like, "Bro," he's like, "What the hell did you just say?" And I told him again. He's like, "That's your rap name, bro." And I'm like, "Yeah, I don't know, man. I was fucking with her." He's like, "Oh no, man, that's it." He's like, "Where the hell did that come from?" I said, "It just rolled right off the tongue." So ever since then, it just felt fitting. It just like was something already inside there without me even have to think about it.
Hell yeah. Skippy
It was after
Ickum.
years of rapping and not having a name.
That's what's up. So Skippy Ickum is the name of the evil that lives inside of you.
Well, not even necessarily that, just evil in the world. I mean, if you follow and listen to my music, like Saved by the Shell, which was off my last album, it's kind of a tale inside the mind of someone who's been bullied their whole life and ends up snapping and unfortunately shooting a skull up. But it's a different type of song than you would think of when you hear that topic. It's not promoting it. It's not, trying to put it out there as a good thing. It's actually taking you inside his mind, saying, why couldn't you just leave me be and make friends and just be a regular kid? So it tells from a different perspective, and it tells you to go out and get help if you're in that type of situation. But that's like an evil of the world. And some of my other stuff touches on different evils of the world, but it does in like a really sick, underground, hardcore way. But at the same time, it tells different stories of the different evils that are out there. And that's what Skippy Ickum is. It's just the darkness in all of us.
The darkness in all of us. So everybody has a little Skippy Ickum.
That's it, exactly. That's what it is. Everybody has Skippy Ickum in them.
The girl in the chat room says she will allow some Skippy Ickum in her and on her.
All right, cool.
Just throwing it out there.
What up?
What up, girl in the chat room?
What up? Hey, girl.
She said you can get her sticky.
You can get her sticky.
Oh man, that's good shit.
Or Skippy. I don't know.
So you're doing your thing. You unleashed your Skippy Ickum on the world. And you ended up were you always a fan of like the underground scene,
Oh yeah,
were you
for a
motivated?
long
Like,
time.
I know you've done a lot of shows with anywhere from Talib Kweli, you fucking
Talib Kweli.
that's what I was trying to say. I'm stuttering over here. Machine Gun
Yep,
Kelly,
I play-
Ritz, Jaron Benton, Prozac, Twisted,
Yep.
Project Born, Bizarre, Mushroom Head. Like, so you've definitely been around in the underground scene, doing a lot of shows.
Yeah, man, doing a lot of shows. That was always my thing. Is I mean, even more than putting music out and being a recording artist, I was always first and foremost a live artist. So my platform was kind of different back in the day. Playing a lot of my shows, it was just kind of small, not venues, and you were just playing all over the place as much as you could, 2, 3, 4 times a week, and it built up that way. And I didn't put a lot of music out for quite a bit, and then finally I started putting music out, and it obviously became a whole nother important section to me. But live has always been my main focus. So I still put out quite a ton of music, but I'm always out playing as much as I can. I've been fortunate enough to play with a lot of headliners and really good acts. That was cool meeting along the way and getting to work with and get influenced by.
Yeah, absolutely. So I know you just released your 4th album, Nomophobia,
yeah,
this
4th
past
solo
Halloween.
and 5th full length altogether on Halloween.
So you just released that. Can we expect some more? Can we expect to see Skippy out on the road?
I'd really like to, man. I've been trying to. I play a little bit like locally. I play kind of the tri-state area now, so I play like Pennsylvania, Ohio, Virginia, West Virginia. You have New York, Maryland, and that's really about it. I mean, I hit those areas because they're all within several hours of the house of being able to go to and do it comfortably on the weekend, because I do have a career job during the day, so it makes it a little tough to have the time. But if I got the right opportunity where, the right thing came along and I could do that, absolutely. I used to be on the road a bit, and I loved it. I mean, going town to town and playing and rocking out for people is my passion. It's ultimately what I love to do the most, but it just has to be feasible to be able to do it.
Sure.
Kind of came at a stage where I wasn't able to just kind of drop everything. If it had been younger, I could have just went straight into it, but kind of fell in my lap after having a career and a wife and a house, and it's kind of like, well, shit.
Yeah, we all.
You know what I mean? I can only do it if it comes together right.
Absolutely. Well, I know we got a lot of people in that area that listen to the show, so keep your eyes and ears open for some Skippy Ickum.
Some sticky news.
Some sticky Ickum news.
Sticky
Check out the
Skippy.
new album, Nomophobia, dropped on Halloween on all online major retailers, and along with my other 3 albums you can catch on there. But check it out, Nomophobia. It's some pretty hardcore shit.
Nomophobia.
Yeah,
You can get that
Nomophobia.
on what? You can find that on iTunes, Spotify. Are there any physical copies of the record?
Yeah, physical copies through me, so hit me up if anybody's interested. I'll mail them out to you. I actually just sent out 2 this morning. But I, get them packaged to you right away. You can pay through PayPal or get them at me at shows. And then everywhere else digitally, Amazon, Google Music, all that fun shit.
Where can they find you on social medias?
Social media, good places to check me out is Instagram, Facebook. You can watch my videos on YouTube. I got 6 professional music videos, a few battles on there, so it's a little bit something for everybody, not just regular records. I mean, you can hear some actual, upfront battle rapping and everything, which is always a good time. Then you can check me out on Twitter and SoundCloud.
Hell yeah! So I know you. I guess you're kind of doing your own thing as well with the Brutal Business Entertainment you're running as a label. And you have
I run the label.
like a group of other artists underneath that?
Yeah, so we have 12 people across 5 states that are part of the Brutal Business. Kind of did that as a way to, when I was coming up with music, I was looking at it like, you can't always sit back and expect the right label to come along and sign you. You can't expect everything to be handed to you. If you're going to take it, you got to work hard for it. If you're going to work hard for it, why not just build your own thing and run with that? So Brutal Business came about quite a while back, and it was just me and a couple buddies. And we started out doing our music and just building it up. And over time, I made it a little bit bigger. And now, fortunately, lucky to have artists in Texas, Rhode Island, Ohio, Maryland, Pennsylvania. And it's pretty neat. They got several models on the label. We actually just announced our newest model this morning, Maria Undead, who's from Baltimore, Maryland. She's been, modeling in the scene for quite a while, so she's now part of the team. Got a couple other great models, Miss Red and Painless in Denial. So you can see the beautiful ladies of Brutal Business. We're going to be doing a calendar and stuff coming up. We got a lot of photo shoots out and coming up. And then just a lot of music from our artists. We just dropped 3 new albums. Mine on Halloween, Nomophobia. My artist Jay Roach from Texas just dropped Homebodies on Halloween, and Demo Demon from Pennsylvania just dropped his new album, Infected 2, on Halloween as well. We got a couple coming up.
Holy shit, that's a lot of new music right there, all in one bunch.
Oh man, we're pumping them out constantly because with as many artists as we have, we can keep spreading them out and dropping album after album and then keep revolving it. And it's not, throwaway album. It's actually good music. So having that many people is a constant flow for our followers of our, label itself. And we're fortunate enough to have a good chunk of fans.
Oh yeah. Now, is there a place where anybody can go find and check out all these other artists under the label and everybody else?
Yeah, absolutely. Bandcamp. On Bandcamp, just search Brutal Business Entertainment. It'll pop up my last 4 solo albums and group album that you can listen to, all for free streaming. I think a few of them are free download. You can purchase the new one on there. We have 2 label mixtapes out, and they're both, I think, both free at this point. You can download. We have a new one coming up, dropping in a month or so. So, we have a lot of stuff on there that's constantly being put up. We'll switch, and sometimes we'll just run kind of a deal where if you go on it today, you can download these 3 albums, and then next week it might be back to full price again. But try to give our fans something to keep checking out, and we're going to be putting a lot more albums coming up with all the new music.
Hell yeah, all kinds of new shit for everybody out there to check out. So peep that shit, hit them up, find some new shit, dig deep into the underground, and find some dope new shit. So we are gonna
for everybody.
Absolutely. So we're gonna play some few tracks here in a little bit. But for anybody that doesn't know you, hasn't heard it yet, how would you describe your music to a fan that is interested?
That's a good question. It's definitely hardcore underground. It's racy, it's lyrical and kind of technical and sporadic, but it touches on a lot of topics, like I said. Everything from your normal kind of horrorcore, hardcore underground, where it's just kind of brutal, gruesome lyrics, which I've always been great at, but it does mix a lot of intelligent lyricism and line play and wordplay in there. A lot of kind of conspiracy, anti-government, anti-brainwashing, because a big point of the new album is about the fact that they're brainwashing us through media devices and no one's opening their eyes and seeing it. If you take a moment to look and see that 9 out of 10 people driving the cars are looking at their phones, zoned out, and it's not just because they're looking at their phones, they don't even realize anymore they're programmed. And it's everyone around us at restaurants, walking down the street, in the park. So this album speaks a lot on opening your eyes and seeing what's beyond the box that they placed you in.
That's literally what we're doing right now.
Absolutely.
That's what's up, though, man. That sounds fucking super interesting.
It is, man. It's a little bit. It's just an eye opener. It's not telling people to believe what I believe, but it's like, you know what? Here's what I believe, and here's my take on it. Listen up and see. Maybe you'll feel the same. And it touches a lot of bases just on craziness. I just feel like there's something bigger going on that we don't see by constantly putting out these new devices with new things that listen and talk to you and interact and react back to you. And it's a little bit funny to me.
Oh, there absolutely is, man.
We should all switch back to walkie-talkie.
We have to pry open our third eye.
Absolutely. Open that third eye up and take a look with it, because some crazy shit's happening and no one's even noticing.
Oh, yeah. It's fucking crazy out there. It is definitely fucking crazy out there. So check out Nomophobia.
Absolutely.
For sure. So I know you said you listened to the show in the past, so we do this to everybody. We're going to make Spade do it later, too.
Oh wait! Now you're gonna give him a heads up.
He gets a head start, I guess, if he's paying attention. Well, whatever. So it's a Roscoe from Figure Lovers question that we stole. If you're stranded on an island, you can only bring 3 records with you. What 3 albums would they be?
Oh man.
Yeah.
It's always a tough one when you get one like that. That's wow. I would have to say. 3 records of all time. I would go with Abysmal Dawn's first album, which is a hardcore extreme death metal album. I can't think of the name of the album at the moment, but it's like one of my favorite hardcore albums of all time. I'd have to go with that. I would have to go with
It's hard, man.
Put me in. I'd probably go with Chino XL's Black Rosary album, the double disc. It's got like 40 songs on it, and they're all phenomenal. And
Can't beat that. Lots of music.
And then I feel like I got to go classic rock somehow, so I would probably have to go with one of the Zeppelin albums, but I can't tell you which one at the moment because that in itself is its own debate.
You got to pick one.
That'd probably be. Fuck.
Come on, man.
Now you got me thinking.
What's the point? Think.
Think, my man. Think.
Come on, man. You were just talking about opening your
I'd
third eye.
probably go with the Stairway to Heaven album. I probably would. I don't know. I mean, one I can't think of the name of the other album. Stairway to Heaven album.
Right. He could have picked a greatest hits.
Yeah, you can do a greatest hits one if you'd like.
Ooh.
Well, that'd probably actually be a better choice then. Let's do the greatest hits.
We've let it slide before.
Yeah, we've let that one slide before.
Replicons, greatest hits.
Replicons, great. That's it right there. Get a mix of everything.
That's our mixtape.
It's like 392 songs long.
That's right.
That's right.
Perfect.
Listen to it for like 3 weeks straight before it's revolved.
Each one of our songs is 4 hours long.
Nothing wrong with that. They are too. Absolutely.
Symphonies.
We do a symphony right here every Monday, man. Every motherfucking
The
Monday.
orchestra is always fucking late, though.
What's that?
The orchestra is always fucking late, though, for our symphonies.
The orchestra.
That'll be a problem then, yeah.
Yeah, so we're just stuck here talking to each other.
It's beautiful. It's still beautiful music.
It's beautiful music, yeah.
So go pick up Nomophobia. It just dropped on Halloween. All online retailers. Check out all his previous work. I want to read this thing just because it's dope. Before we play your music, the introduction here to Skippy. And this, do you know what I'm talking about, Skippy? This thing?
The introduction to the album, or
to you, the I am Skippy Ickum thing.
Oh,
it's
yeah.
fucking dope. I think it's dope.
Is it dope?
It's dope. I want to read it out loud, unless you want to read it. It's
like
you.
it's always so diabolical. Like when you
what
see
it
it or read it or hear about him, you're like, damn, that dude's like definitely a death metal king.
Yeah,
Like,
but it's
you're
dope.
like, wow.
That's dope. Like I want to share it with the listeners before they experience
Stop
the
talking
music.
about it.
Well, I was
Do
going
it.
to give you the
Drop it on
option
him,
to
my
read
man.
it.
Let him know.
I mean, it's him. The first line is "I am Skippy Ickum." So if he would like to share it, it'd make more sense than if I share it. Saying "I am."
Well,
Skippy
you're
Ickum."
building it up.
Oh, it's a build.
You did build it up. I got to jump to it real quick. You're putting me on the spot to
Putting him on the
remember
spot.
exactly what I wrote.
You got to realize he's on his phone, so he's got to take the phone away from his face to get to wherever you're at.
That's what I do the whole time.
Yeah, I know, but you're set up for that. He wasn't ready.
Well, that's why I asked. Like, you know,
That's all right. I almost got you.
I think
Hold
it's
on a
dope.
second.
Like,
That's all right. That's what we do
I'm
here.
giving. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Putting on
because
the
then we're gonna
spot.
play the music. You know what I'm saying? And people are gonna be like, "Oh shit!"
I got you right now. So
It's the darkness in the
what
evil
he's
that lives
talking
within
about,
us
guys,
all.
is I am Skippy Ickum, and I am more than just a name or a man, because I was born in 2001 from all the evil thoughts and feelings and emotions that live within my Creator's mind. Unable to maintain or hold the overwhelming darkness that lived within, I emerged, a separate but powerful being set to unleash and portray all the thoughts and voices stirred in the catacombs of my psyche. I'll take you on many journeys and adventures if only you lend me your ear to do so. Welcome to my hell. Welcome to the mind of a madman. This is the darkness and evil that lives within us all. I'm Skippy Ickum.
Yeah.
Yes.
Holy
Word
shit.
up.
See,
Yes.
right? Now you're like, fuck.
That's some deep shit right there.
That's fucking
You wait a minute, I'm
Skippy
working
Ickum.
on my book right now. Wait till my actual novel drops that I'm writing.
Oh shit. Skippy Ickum.
It's crazy.
That's what's up, man. No, that's some fucking super cool, dope shit right there.
It's a good way to kind of introduce yourself. You know, like that's me. That's what I stand for, and that's what I am. I'm the first to tell you that I'm not this crazy killer murderer that's out there hacking people up, but I'll tell you what, I'm a fucking lyrical nutcase, and I put that on a pen, and that is the person that is. I mean, Skippy Ickum's very much his own person. He's not me. He's everything. He's everyone, but he certainly is alive, and he comes out and shows himself from time to time, and you know, it's just great to be able to do that and let people into that world and see it.
Absolutely, man. That's what's up. So we're excited to share some of your music with everybody tuning in.
Well, thank you.
Tell them one more time where they can find you on the internet, where they can pick everything up at, and then any last words to any of the fans, anybody that hasn't heard you, whatever you need to do, just get it off your chest right now.
Yeah, absolutely. Check out, any of my music you could find on online major retailers, Amazon, Spotify, iHeartRadio, pretty much anything you can look my music up and purchase it. Purchase the new album, Nomophobia, that dropped on Halloween. Make sure you check out the rest of my label, Brutal Business Entertainment, along with all my models and photographers, my producers, sound engineers, everybody that's on the team. Shout out to them. Make sure you check out all their music on Bandcamp. Follow all my social media pages, Twitter, Facebook, SoundCloud, YouTube, Instagram, and just make sure you follow all the movements that's coming up with the team. And, thanks for giving me a chance to listen to me, and hopefully you like what you hear. Definitely got a lot of good stuff coming out. Thank you to Replicon Radio, and, appreciate you guys and respect you for what you guys do every Monday. So, thank you guys for checking out. Listen to my new album, Nomophobia, and I'll be seeing you guys sometime soon.
Hell yeah,
man. We appreciate you.
Welcome to the Replicon family.
Thank you.
That's right. Welcome
Absolutely.
to the Replicon
Thank you for
family,
having me.
man.
I appreciate it.
Hell yeah, man. Keep in touch. And for everybody else listening, we're going to bump some of that new shit. Make sure you check out Skippy Ickum, the evil that lives inside of all of us. All right, brother.
Take care.
Say it.
Yeah.
Okay, Mike's off. Just started. Calm down. It's up. These are in random order. I don't know which ones he's wanting.
Play whatever he said. It's all good.
You didn't shut down the YouTube feed.
I know.
We're gonna get flagged. We're gonna get flagged. Copyright.
They ain't even gonna know what the fuck it is.
Copyright.
I guess they can still hear us though.
Copyright. Are you sure you want to stop streaming?
Yeah, I just left it off for a second.
I was gonna be on this bitch.
Oh,
I am now. Now that I can talk.
yeah.
I know we got people Googling Skippy.
What is this girl saying in here, bro?
What, the Australian?
No, the other one.
Which one?
The stepchild.
I don't know. I don't know
Dude,
who that
I
is.
think.
That's a dude.
Talking about
Who are you, redheaded
They use my
stepchild?
socks for cum rags.
That's how it's Skippy Ickum.
I feel like
Got his nutted in
Y'all
his
are gross.
socks.
Y'all are gross.
Nutted in his socks and put him back in.
Gross.
Put him back in with a clean one.
gross. I like peanut butter, alright? Don't ruin that shit for me.
Don't ruin that peanut butter, man.
Yeah, Daddy.
Yeah, daddy.
I don't know. I enjoy his profile picture, though. Did you see the redhead stepchild's profile picture?
Go to repliconradio.com and peep the rest of the show.
There.
Replicon Radio.
There.
We'll be back, though, with Spade Ripper.